All right, we're gonna make some money with Field Agent. Right now, I'm doing a gig at the Family Dollar. It only pays $3, but don't get discouraged by the ones that don't pay that much, because some of them only take a couple of minutes. So if it takes you 5 minutes to make $3, that's pretty good. So let's get started. All right, so I am opening the app. And now I am going to read the instructions. It may seem overwhelming because there's a lot of instructions, but once you've done like one or two of these, then it's super easy because you don't have to read any of the instructions. You could just start. So first question, is the store open? Yes, the store is open. Go inside and look for non-liquid coffee, non-refrigerated. So you just have to go and look at the store. It helps if you're familiar with the store. I'm not really familiar with the Dollar Generals, but I've done a couple of gigs at this store and it's not that big. So it wants you to take a picture of 4 feet of the shelf. So the shelves are usually 4 feet long. So they want you to get the whole section of where the coffee is. So there was only 2 sections at this store, which made it pretty easy. So I went to the section and then here it is. Make sure your pictures are straight, so nice and straight and not blurry. So I got 2. You could zoom out too in the app, so it makes it easier if the aisles are really close together. And then it's going to ask you for end caps. So whenever you walk into these stores, like this one's a coffee gig, as I tried to find the coffee aisle, I check all of the end caps to make sure if there's going to be any end caps, because it usually asks you. So if there are no end caps, you didn't see any while you were walking, then you don't have to look around the whole store like a crazy person. You just answer no. Now it's asking for non-refrigerated liquid coffee, like the Starbucks bottles of coffee or the Dunkin' Donuts bottles of coffee, and not the coffee grinds or pods like the last question. So again, in this type of store where it's not like a big box store like a Walmart, it's pretty easy because there's only a couple of aisles, only a couple of shelf spots that have it. So now it took me a second to find it because this store was a mess, and I don't really like asking the staff where stuff is because then they kind of get suspicious and they could ask you to leave. So I just looked around for it. A little bit hard to find, but I finally found it. But this is why it's good to get familiar with the stores so you don't spend all this time. This gig took a lot longer than it should have, but it's okay because it was the first one, and I was also making this video and thinking of stuff to get for you guys, pictures and stuff like that. So now I think I found the spot in the aisle, and this one was weird because there was no aisle with the coffee. So keep that in mind because it asked you to put comments after or if you have any problems. So I'm going to say that I didn't find an aisle, but I found an end cap. Sometimes there's an alternate picture, but they didn't give me one. So hopefully I already got approved for this one, so that's good. So that ended up working. So don't think you're going to get denied if there's something weird going on. You could always put it in the comments. Now it's asking me for a chilled refrigerated coffee. So this is going to be in the cold section of the store. Look for the refrigerators, stuff like that. And I would recommend opening the doors. So open the door and take the picture because sometimes there could be a glare on the glass. Sometimes it tells you to open the doors. Sometimes it doesn't, but I always open the door because you could get a glare and get denied. You always want to make sure you don't get denied because then you just wasted your time taking all these pictures and stuff and you don't even get paid. So Field Agent isn't that strict, so you'll probably get approved. Now it went randomly from coffee to maple syrup. There was only one shelf of maple syrup, so I took that picture. There was no end caps of maple syrup, so I answered no. Salad dressings. Like I said, this is a really weird one. Coffee, salad dressings, and maple syrup. I don't know why there would be that many. But yeah, I was looking around for the maple syrup. Not the maple syrup. Looking around for the salad dressing. Again, just 1 4-foot section. No display, so it was super easy. No end cap. Nope. So I answered no. Now it's just going to ask for a freestanding display. Most of the gigs will ask you just for a random bonus display that could be anything you choose. So just find a display that is not an end cap and then take a picture of it. So it was really hard because I didn't find any really, except for this this thing, which could be called a side wing, but whatever. I called it a freestanding display. Took a picture of it, And then now you are done. So here I'm writing in the notes. There was no section. I only found an end cap for that one product. And just make sure you tell them what's going on, and most likely you will get approved. So I just told them that. Hit submit. You could go over your work, but I know I did it right, so I'm going to hit submit. And now I'm going to look for more gigs. A lot of times there'll be no gigs on this app, and then you refresh it and there'll be another one. So I always refresh it as I'm walking out to make sure that there's not another gig in the same store, so you don't have to walk in and walk out. So there we go. This gig was fun, didn't pay that much, took longer than I thought it would be, but still good practice getting used to these field agent gigs.